Hi everybody, this is Carla with Cobweb Corner, and this is FlossTube number 89. I think it's January 24th, 2024, and I have a ton of stuff to talk about. Not a lot of cross-stitch stuff to share with you as far as personal stitching, but a bunch of shop news, and I'm going to talk about the pre-order process for the 2024 Nashville Market. So let's just jump right in with exciting life updates. So if you saw by the title, we did have a trip to the emergency room this week. My husband had an accident. He has a large woodworking shop, and he had an accident in his shop while he was working on just a project for the house, and he needed a 2-inch hole drilled. And okay, so let me stop first. I am going to talk about his accident. And I won't show any gory pictures or anything like that. But if this kind of thing bothers you, then skip ahead a few minutes, because I know that sometimes that's a trigger for some people. So anyway, he was using a drill press, which and I'll try to put a picture of the drill press up here. It has no gore or anything like that. But he was trying to use a drill press, and he had a special attachment that is a circle. It's called a hole drill, and he was going to drill out a 2-inch hole. And he wanted to practice first and make sure that the size was going to be correct for what he was using. So he picked up a scrap piece of acrylic, and on the acrylic was a plastic protective film, kind of like you know how you buy something and you have to peel off the plastic film that protects it from scratching, and that type of thing, kind of like a screensaver. So, but it was real thin. And he so the drill press, his hands were nowhere near the drill press, and he went to start the drill press, the process down, and the saw, spinning like this, grabbed that protective plastic coating and pulled it off and wrapped it into the saw. And what he thinks happened was his hand was to the side, and he thinks it either just pulled his hand into the saw, or possibly he quickly tried to grab the plastic to prevent it from going into the saw. Long story short, he came in one of those visits to the house that you never want to hear from your husband. I was downstairs working on my shop stuff, and he comes in, "Carla, I need help. I need help right now." And I knew right away something had happened. And we drove to the emergency room, and long story short, he lost the left hand index pointer finger right at this knuckle here. So that happened just 3 days, Monday, and today's Wednesday. So just, God, seems like forever ago already. And we're still kind of processing that, but he's doing really, really well. My husband is a very positive person. He's also an engineer. So he just knows that, okay, what's the next step and where do we go from here? But he handled it super well. He didn't panic. I didn't panic. And we went to St. Luke's Hospital in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and they were excellent. They got us right in, and we were super fortunate because there happened to be a hand surgeon already there preparing to do another hand surgery. And had that not been the case, we would have had to been transported to a hospital in another town where the surgery could have been performed. But it was a super simple surgery. We were at the emergency room at, I don't know, quarter to 10 in the morning, maybe 9:30. And he was home by 2:30. So he was in surgery about 1 o'clock, and didn't have to have any anesthesia or anything like that. And he was in quite a bit of pain, of course, obviously the first night and a little bit of yesterday, but today he woke up and he said, I'm feeling a lot better and able to move some of my other fingers and stuff. So it's just amazing that the only thing for him is he just keeps saying, I just can't believe that it happened, because he's super careful. Please, no comments about how you have to be careful. My husband is extremely aware of the dangers of working with power tools, and he's always very cautious. And this was just an unforeseen thing that he never even anticipated would be an issue with that plastic film on top of the piece he was working with. So please no comments like that. But he's doing good, and just another thing we'll get through. I feel sorry for him though. He, you know, just got over, or is just at the end of his cancer journey, and now to have this happen, and all we can say is thank goodness it didn't happen before we went to the Galapagos. So that we are very, very thankful for. But we're good partners, and we'll get through this just fine. So that was, but I've been a little rattled. Haven't been quite thinking straight, and keep just thinking about him and what he's going to have to go through. So, but we'll get through it. Because of the accident, I was supposed to travel on vacation February 12th through February 16th. So 4 nights, 5 days. And I have canceled that trip. So, and actually it's a good thing because I need to prepare for market, and that was going to be right before 2 weeks before market. So I am going to talk in my business segment about putting your pre-orders in and how that's going to work a little bit. And then I may make a separate short video just on market pre-orders. I got to decide about that. I might do that right after I make this video. So I also, from the last video, FlossTube number 88, if you watched, I did do a short recap of our trip to Galapagos, and it did have a couple of questions that popped up. And one of them was, were the activities, do you have to know how to swim, and do you have to be in super good shape to go on a trip like that? And I can't speak for all cruise companies that go to the Galapagos, but we were on a National Geographic ship, and absolutely not. There were skilled people of all ages. There was one 88-year-old guy who had just had hip replacement surgery, and he was able to participate. You do not have to go on, if you don't swim or you don't want to swim and you don't want to snorkel, you don't have to. Every time we snorkeled, there was an alternative expedition for people who did not want to snorkel. I will say that if you can swim at all, snorkeling is much easier than you anticipate that it might be. You actually don't swim when you snorkel. I mean, you have to do some swimming, but the idea of snorkeling is actually a relaxation thing where you basically just float on your stomach and watch what's going on behind. Now, if you're experienced and want to do more, you can swim down deeper, but the places we were at were, you know, you could see everything you wanted to see by just floating in the water. The other thing that National Geographic did was every night we would have a meeting, and they would tell us what we were going to do the next day, and they would tell us what our options were. So maybe there was a long hike, and maybe it was over bumpier terrain, and then they would say, if you don't feel up to that, then we're going to do a Zodiac ride along the coast, or we're going to do a glass bottom boat ride, or we'll take you on a shorter walk just up and down the beach. So they almost always had something for people of all skill levels. And also, I would say with this particular trip, nothing was really very hard. There were a couple hikes where we had to go over some pretty bumpy ground, and we did have 1 or 2 people fall, but they had walking sticks available if you wanted them. And the falls were just kind of those freak. One guy fell sitting on a rock, putting his shoes on. So, you know, things like that. It wasn't necessarily because of the expedition. But I won't keep going on about that. But like I said, I can't speak for anything other than what we went on. But anybody would get complete. And also, you can skip an expedition. So if the only thing that was going on that day was stuff you didn't feel like you were up to, you can stay on the boat and enjoy all the amenities of the boat. So anyway, if you have other questions about our trip, please email me. My email is down below, and I will be more than happy to address those. So It's just been a couple weeks since my last FlossTube, and I have done no stitching at all. But I did do a lot of machine embroidery work. In my past videos, I showed you the Christmas quilt I was working on, and I think I can pull it out here. So I was making these border blocks, and at the time of my last video, I had to make 20 of these. And at the time of my last video, I had 14 left. I had 14 made, and I finished the other 6. Now I still have 20 other blocks I have to do for that quilt. I'm getting tired of working on the quilt. And I put it away because I don't like to work on Christmas stuff after Christmas. So hopefully next year I'll have 20 more blocks to make, and then I can start piecing the blocks together, and hopefully year 3 of that quilt project it will be done. But what I did do, and I did make a separate real short video on unboxing of this that you can watch if you want to, but I had purchased this box of Kimberbell. It's a machine embroidery kit by Kimberbell called Love Notes, and if I can figure it out, I will put a scooch over here. I will put a picture-in-picture here of what the finished quilt looks like, because this was a mystery box. And so when it first came out, which I think was 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, people got envelopes. I think most of them went in, like they would do this at a shop, a quilt shop, and they would come in every week and they would get a new envelope, which I haven't opened all mine, with instructions of what they were supposed to work on that week. And I already knew what the quilt was going to look like and everything, but in here was all of the fabric, all of the embellishments, the instructions, the pattern, and I got it on a clearance table when I was at a quilt shop hop. So what I did was, again, you can watch that video to see what was included in that kit, but what I did was I took all the fabric of the quilt. Here's all the different fabrics that are included, and I got them all cut, and I got them sorted by quilt row. There's 4 major quilt rows, and inside each quilt row are different blocks. So by row, I then have all the fabric cut and labeled about what it is. And I have started the first row, row 1, and it has 3 of these on them, and I've completed 2 of them. And these are going to be kind of go side by side again. If I can get that picture, I'll show you. But they're super cute, and then things will go under them and we'll make 1 row with these on it, and then I think it says "say cheese" or something like that. And then there's a blank area where you can hang personalized photos or messages. So the cutting of the fabric took me at least 5 hours to do that, and I still need to you have to put fusible interfacing on the back of them to keep it from puckering, in addition to the stabilizer that you use. So it's a lot of work. But Kimberbell, if you have an embroidery machine and you're not using it, or have never used it and want to give it a try, Kimberbell's designs their instructions are extremely easy to follow. And this is my first step for row 1, where I am making these 3 pieces of my quilt. But you can see it has step by step by step with literally a picture of everything. So lay your fabric down, tape your fabric, sew around your fabric, cut your fabric. It's a little overwhelming at first, but go from there. And then inside those envelopes that I showed you will be all the steps. There's 4 more envelopes, I believe, of what I need to do to finish the top of the quilt. And then I got to figure out how to back it. So that's really, I spent a lot of time, and that's what I've been working on. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's do last video's giveaways. As far as I just didn't do any stitching at all. Sorry, guys. I really enjoy my machine embroidery, and it's hard to do both. And also, I've been working 8-9 hours a day with shop stuff, and trying to think about market and things. So sometimes I'm just too tired. I don't want I don't want to stitch. And we watch TV every night. My husband and I watch about 7:30, 8 o'clock. We sit down, we watch a couple episodes of whatever series we're watching. And he doesn't really like me to have my stitching light on. I mean, he would do it, but he's not mean about it or anything. But he just kind of prefers, it's a bright light, and I have to have the bright light. I can't stitch with just a small stitching light. So a lot of times I don't stitch in the evening. So giveaways. The first one was Superior Bees by Summerhouse Stitchworks. You had to use the word bees. Oh, if you win, my email address is down below, and you need to send me an email and put FlossTube winner. Don't put FlossTube. Don't put winner. Don't put I won. Put FlossTube winner in the subject. And I know that sounds kind of condescending. That didn't come out very right. But I will lose your email if I search on there. I get dozens and dozens and dozens of emails a day. And so after I release the videos, I start to search on FlossTube winner. And if I type in just FlossTube, I get every single email from everybody who has a FlossTube address shows up in the results. So I don't want to lose your email. So please, FlossTube winner in the subject line. And then tell me who you are and tell me what you won, because I might send you the wrong thing. So the winner for this is Catherine Laurent 5219. And the next one is Happy Halloween by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Bo's in here. I don't know if she'll join us or not. You coming up? And you had to use the word Halloween. 10 people were interested in this. And this is the chart. And the winner is Julie W. period 1139. And the next one was a chart that was donated, and it is called Pamper Time. You had to use the word pamper. 4 people were interested in this, and the winner is Owl and Gator Stitches, or Stitcher. Sorry, I can't read my writing. Hi, Bo. And then I had a number of Galapagos items to give away, and to do that, you just had to use the word Galapagos. So there are a total of 6 winners. The first winner won the Galapagos Tortoise zipper bag, and that winner is Alicia Cope 3503. No, wait, no. Sorry, erase that. The zipper bag winner is Mary Lee Laird, MaryLeeLaird 8708. Sorry about that. Alicia, you're going to win the next item. Come here. Oh. Okay. The next item was this flamingo notebook made with recycled paper. Everything I'm giving away, well, those 2 items are from the are made in the Galapagos. And that one goes to Alicia Cope 3503. ALECIA COPE 3503. Then I have 4 sets of note cards, and I'm not going to say who gets what, but you'll get four different note cards that include photos that my husband took while we were in the Galapagos. And the winners for those are Nicole Zeisler, I'm sorry, ZEISLER 3318, Doxy Pups 2, Joyce Taunton 4684, and Magalig MAGALIDG 9552. Boy, did I butcher those. Sorry, guys. So, again, contact me using my email down below. Put FlossTube winner in the subject line. Give me your mailing address so I can mail them to you, and tell me what you won. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to read my great aunt's travel journal. And I've already got a huge mess here. And if this is something you're not interested in, just skip ahead. I may try to put down those time chapter things down below so you can skip if you want. You can check the more information section. So last time they were in Calgary and Banff, and then had driven on down. And I'm just going to warn you, she has some not very nice things to say about Idaho and parts of Washington. These are not my words, okay? So if you're from the Pacific Northwest and you don't agree with what she says, not my fault. So, and also, just so you know, when she was traveling, this was September 2nd, 1939. During this time, there was a major drought going on, specifically Minnesota, North Dakota. I don't know how much it affected Idaho and Washington state, but I did some research on it because she kept bringing up in her letters or in her journal how desolate things were. And people were actually leaving North Dakota and parts of Minnesota in droves and abandoning their farms. So there was a major drought. And I think that has a lot to do with some of her comments about what she sees along the entire route. But anyway, there's a paragraph in here about Idaho that I thought about leaving it out, but I didn't write it. So this is September 2nd, Ritzville, Washington. It was real chilly early this morning when we left our camp at Radium, Canada. Our drive continued through the clouds, around sharp, dangerous curves, and down into valleys. It was cloudy most of the forenoon. It is interesting. She always says forenoon and not afternoon. Occasionally there was rain and many threatening black clouds. It was 9 o'clock before we saw anyone up and around. And again, this is not my words. The Canadians evidently do not arise early. We had much gravel, road repair, and tar to contend with today. Our car is becoming fast bespattered with tar. We saw a number of lumber camps, but little activity until we got near Spokane. By noon, we arrived, and I think it's Yahk, Y-A-H-K, where we ate our noon lunch. It was too chilly to eat out of the car, so we pulled up near a grocery store on a vacant lot and partook. Soon after leaving the town of Yahk, we passed the camp where Mother and I had spent a night 4 years ago. It was chilly for a while this afternoon. It was so chilly this afternoon that that we used the heater on the car. And I thought that was really funny that they actually turned the heater on their car on. At about 1 o'clock, we arrived at the Canadian-U.S. line and entered Idaho by way of Kings Gate. Idaho is a poor and unattractive state. Its roads are winding and mountainous, but not especially scenic. We stopped at Sandpoint to purchase gas. Sandpoint is the center of the lumbering, mining, and agricultural industries of Bonner County. As we left the town, we crossed a very long bridge and Priest River and passed through much small pine country. Later in the afternoon, the sky became lighter, and finally the sun came out warm, almost hot. By 3:15, we had entered the state of Washington. The entrance to this state was a more cheerful one, with sunshine and flowers, trees, and gardens. But after a few miles of driving, we found ourselves in another desolate country very similar to Montana. Spokane gave us a, quote, speedy welcome. Cars there are dashed about without regard to fellow drivers. We had a number of very narrow escapes during our brief stop there, and were thankful when we were out of that bedlam. As we entered Spokane, we stopped at a large vegetable market and bought peppers, cabbage, tomatoes, and at a red and white grocery, we made a large purchase of staple groceries. When I got out of the car to go with Wes to the store, my foot slipped on the wet tar on the running board and caused me to get tar smeared all over the back of my hose. You can well imagine how comfortable that was and just how nice it looked. Well, that was accident number 3. From Spokane, we took route something I can't read to Ritzville. This route took us over more desert, which somebody fill me in, but I wasn't aware that there was desert in Washington. So I don't know if she's referring to beach or if it's because of the drought, or if there's desert in Washington. Our cabin tonight stands high on a slope of a hill. Ritzville lies to the west of us. We no doubt will pass through it in the morning. Wes has gone to get his hair cut and to try to get some solvent to remove the tar from the car. We are snug and comfortable this evening. It is hard to realize that we experience clouds, threatening storms, snow, and sunshine. For tonight, our window shows us nothing but clear skies, long distance, and piles of white sand, which again makes me wonder if she doesn't mean the beach, with clumps of cacti. After I read this, I'm going to get a map out and look. Nodding gently with each. And clumps of cacti nodding gently with each suggestion of the gentle desert night breeze. Tonight we are camping off the barren soil of Middle Washington, and it is fun. Expenses. Gas in Samuels, Idaho, 2 gallons, 47 cents. Gas in Sandpoint, Idaho, 10.6 gallons, $2.03. Gas in Ritzville, Washington, 6.8 gallons, $1.60. Groceries, $3.57. The cabin in Ritzville, Washington was $1.75 for the night. Solvent to clean the tar off the car was 25 cents, and Wes's haircut in Ritzville was 50 cents. Total expenses for the day was $10.17. So I thought that was a pretty funny one. Let me know about the desert in Washington. I'm probably going to be really embarrassed when I read all your comments. Okay, let's see what's next. All right. Business topic. Sorry, I had to look at my notes. Couple things quickly. Don't know if I have any in here. There are some price increases for some of the designers. One of the most important, well, they're all kind of big. So one of the most important, I think, is Mirabilia Nora Corbett charts. So Nora Corbett is the designer for Mirabilia, and she releases under the name Nora Corbett exclusively through Witcheld. And then she, of course, has her Mirabilia line. Those, not too long ago, I want to say maybe a year ago, they increased. So the Mirabilia increased from $14 to $16 a chart, and the other ones I think went from $12 to $14, the Nora Corbett's. Now the price increase, the Mirabilia has gone from $16 to $19, and the Nora Corbett's from $14 to $16. So pretty hefty price increase. Not that I think they aren't worth it. Her designs are amazing, and they're also, the packaging, it's got to be expensive the way she packages those. So not saying it wasn't needed, just want to make you aware. You might not see those prices until the distributors, Witcheld and Hoffman, increase their prices and shops start to restock. So if you're interested in some Mirabilia Nora Corbett charts, the only ones on my site where the price has gone up is the ones where I had to restock at the new wholesale price. So the vast majority of my charts are still at the $16 and the $14 levels. But as they come in, they're going to increase. And I also have dozens and dozens of embellishment packs for the Mirabilia Nora Corbett charts. And it seems like only Mill Hill beads and treasures are in those. And it pretty much seems like every time I order them, they go up. So you might see slight increases in the bead packs too. Another designer whose prices have increased is Waxing Moon Designs. I don't know if all of their designs have increased, but their Littles designs did, and I believe their trio designs did. All of the Waxing Moons, like the Summer Littles, Halloween Littles, Winter Littles, everything, that whole series, and I think most of their other designs are now $12. They were $8, then they were $10, and now they're $12. Now, again, you're not going to see these price increases until the shops some of the shops will just immediately switch to the new price. especially if they don't only ship what they have in stock and they order on demand. But as shops start to have to replenish their stock and have to pay a higher wholesale price, you're going to see those prices change. So I wanted to let you know, I have a ton of the Waxing Moon Littles. And not only are they still at the $10 price point, but a lot of them are on clearance and marked down. So if you go to our clearance section, and I'll put a link down below, you can look through there, but use the word good home and you could get some of the Littles charts for, I'm sure it's under $8 after you use, and I don't think all of them are on clearance, but if you scroll through our clearance section, you should be able to see. And you can always, whenever you order, you can always use the code GOODHOME, GOODHOME, all one word. And if you happen to have something in your cart that's on clearance, you're going to get an extra 15% off that item. So anyway, those have gone up. Another one that has gone up is, as they're running out and reprinting, are the Shepherd's Bush charts. I noticed that a couple of the Shepherd's Bush stockings have gone up to either $10 or $12. It might be 10. They were $8, I believe, and those have been increased. And I'm noticing that a lot with Shepherd's Bush, that as the existing stock runs out and they are doing reprints, their prices are increasing. So again, buy early before those prices kick in at all the different shops. Another one that has gone up pretty substantially is Bent Creek. And again, those are trickling down. They've started increasing their prices a while ago. Some went up quite a bit, 25-30% at least. But there's stuff that you used to be able to print for pennies compared to what you can print now, and then shipping charges for them to get things out to shops and get them out to distributors has just skyrocketed. So I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you guys know, don't be shocked if you go and you're looking at a memorabilia chart and it's still $14 or $16 on one site and another has it on for $19. It is going to be $19. So go to my site, check out the memorabilia, check out the Nora Corbett, and get them before the price. I think the only ones the prices have increased on my site is the Muse and Ella the Frog Princess, and then a couple, about 4 different Nora Corbett charts have increased to the $16 price point. So check that out. Okay, market. I lost my notes. Oh, here it is. Okay, Nashville Market. I am going to Nashville Market and I am going to take pre-orders. I'm going to do it exactly the way I did it last year, and I'll explain that. And again, I might have a video on that. But hopefully it's self-explanatory. You will not go to my website. You can go to my website and you can, I didn't bring my phone to show you. You can view the market orders, market design pictures that I know I'm going to be taking pre-orders for, but you won't be able to place a purchase on my website. Why? And what you'll do is you'll fill out a form. I'm not going about this very good, guys. Sorry. I'm going to have you fill out a form telling me what you want to order, and then I will invoice you for that form, and I will then create an order in our system. Why am I doing it that way? First of all, if I just put it on my site and just said, this is a pre-order, don't expect it to ship until after market, people will inevitably add non-pre-order items to their cart and purchase those at the same time. And that is a logistics nightmare. When I'm getting 100, 150 pre-orders and trying to decide what have I already shipped, what hasn't shipped, do I hold it, I'm not going to ship twice, all those types of things, it makes it really hard. So I want to keep pre-orders separate. Pre-orders will have a flat rate shipping of $5, but you'll only be charged that shipping amount once. There will be one order created in our system. So as designers, unfortunately, designers don't just release their information to shops all at once. It trickles in. And as I get information from designers and I start to get it onto my website and into the order form, you can go into this form and fill it out multiple times. And each time you fill it out, you only add the items you want added to your pre-order. And then I will invoice you via PayPal. So maybe for designers, right now I have some cottage garden threads, the Nashville cookbook, and blue flower are on the order form. So you could go in right now, create the order, or fill out the order form, select which items you want, submit it to me, and you're going to be invoiced for those items. And then maybe in 5 days, 4 more designers have released their information and I've added it to the order form. You can go back in, fill out the order form again, but don't reselect the items you've already ordered, because whatever you select, you will be billed for. And then I'll send you another invoice. But this time, the second time and subsequent times, you won't be charged shipping. Shipping will be to US addresses only, and it will be a flat $5. If your entire pre-order with Cobweb Corner ends up being $70 or more, you will get a $5 shop credit when I ship your order that can be used on another future order. So the form itself explains everything, but the basics are, you're not going to order on my website. There's a link on my website to the form. There's also going to be a link down below so you can take a look at it. You must have an account with Cobweb Corner. Otherwise, I can't go in and create an order for you. So you may have ordered from me in the past, but you may have checked out as a guest. So you may assume, oh yeah, I got an account with Cobweb Corner, but you might not. So go to Cobweb Corner and actually try to log on. And if you don't have an account, create one before you fill out the pre-order form. Otherwise, I cannot create your order. You'll fill out the form each time, as many times as you want, but only selecting items you want added to your existing pre-order. You're going to give me an email address, which will be used to invoice you and used to communicate any important information with you. You will be the invoice will be sent. It's not automated. So I have to be at my desk. I have to know that somebody completed the form. I will create an invoice for you. It might take a day, might take 2 days. Once you get the invoice, you need to watch for it, because once you get the invoice, if you don't pay it within 2 days, your pre-order will be canceled. And I will not create an order in our system until your invoice is paid. So you'll fill out the form, you'll wait for an invoice, you'll pay the invoice, and then you can log into your account and give me a little time after you pay the invoice, because again, it's not automated. I will actually then create an order for you, and it will show up under your account information, and it'll show up as, I believe it'll say Expo 20 or Market 2024 or something like that. There'll be an order there, and you'll be able to see what is on that order. And as you order more items, they'll just be added to that existing order. So what that does for me is that first of all, you only pay shipping once. Next, when I get back from market with thousands of books from dozens of designers, I will have my books spread all over, and I will pull one order from you, and I will go and fill that one order. And then I know that I don't have to search through dozens and dozens of orders and try to say, oh yeah, this person, I remember she had 3, because I don't want to ship it 3 times. It's much, much easier. You'll just get everything in one order. If there happens to be something that the designer runs out of, or there's a problem with production, I will let you know. But your order, unless it's going to be months, your entire pre-order will be held until everything is available to ship. Some changes so I hope that makes sense. Again, my form probably says it better than I'm saying it right now. So if you go down and you click on the link, it's also in my link tree, and the very top of the form has a lot of information on it. Read every word of that information. If you have questions, please ask before you fill out the form, okay? Because it's not a first come first serve. Things like that. The form is gonna be there. Some of the things that's going to change is last year I did take pre-orders from some specialty kits, but they ended up being like 4x4 boxes, and every single one of them had to be shipped separately. So I lost a ton of money on shipping those. So I'm not going to take pre-orders for anything that I know is odd sized or would have to be shipped by itself, unless you're willing to pay double shipping. I'm not going to take any fabric. I'm not going to order any fabric or buy any fabric. I just don't carry that in my shop. I may try to get some of the new floss colors, and I am interested in knowing if anyone is interested in me carrying some cottage garden threads. I do have maybe 50 colors of cottage garden threads on my website now. They don't sell real well, so I don't want to invest in a bunch more if there's no interest. But one of the items on the pre-order form that I need to know by January 31st, which is just a couple days away, is whether you want the cottage garden threads pack for that special Hearts for Pam collaboration that designers did, because a number of designers will be releasing their Hearts for Pam designs during market, and I have to have those pre-orders for those thread packs in 2 cottage garden threads in less than a week. So but that's all on there. Also, when you see the form, it's hopefully will be alphabetical by designer, and underneath the designer's name will be the close date. So I believe the Blue Flower said she's taking pre-orders up through February 5th. If you don't have your pre-order for the Blue Flower in by February 5th, then that section of the form is going to close, and I won't be taking any more pre-orders because I can't submit those and I can't guarantee that I will get them. So hope that all makes sense. I know I kind of rambled. I apologize for that. It's a lot of information, but it's really actually very simple. Fill out the form, wait for an invoice, pay the invoice, watch your account on Cobweb Corner for your pre-order, wait until I get back from market, and wait for your order to ship. One possible complication. Last year it took me about 5 days to get everything shipped, just because, and I do them in the order they're received. So if you get an order in earlier, and the ones I have all the products for, I get back from market the afternoon of Sunday, March 3rd. On March 12th, if everything goes all right with my husband, we are going to Portugal with some friends of ours, and we're going to be gone for 9 days, I think, March 12th through March 20th. So I will be unavailable those days. My shop will probably close on the 11th. I will do my absolute best to get every order shipped before I leave on the 12th, and I will hire help if I need to. But there is a possibility that your order might not ship until after we come back, so the 21st or after. So keep that in mind. If it's really, really, really important and you don't want to take that really small risk that your order won't ship, then it's probably best not to put a pre-order in with Cobweb Corner. I just want to be upfront. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I'll have 10 days, 10 days, the third, 9 days, I don't know, I can't count, 8 full days to get orders packaged up and get them to the post office. And I've already told my husband that he's got to help if he can. And if not, I'm going to hire somebody to help me. pull charts and get orders ready. So that is that. Read the form. Contact me with questions. If I'm getting a lot of questions, I'll create a small video that talks about it more. Okay, giveaways for next week or next video. Giveaways. The first thing I'm going to give away are 3 skeins of thread. These are 8 yards by hand dyed by Rolanda, and they're really pretty. And if you want to enter the giveaway, you need to be 18 years or older so that I can ask for your mailing address. And you need to not use the word giveaway, and you need to be a subscriber to the channel, and you need to use the word that I tell you. And the word for this is floss, F-L-O-S-S. And whoever wins that will get all 3 skeins. The next one is this beautiful piece of fabric. This is 32 count Lugana. It's an 1/8 of a yard from Fortnite Fabrics, and I think the name is Plush. And if you are interested in that, use the word fabric. The next one is one of the chicken designs by It's So Emma or Lori Holt, and it is Beatrice, but use the word chicken, C-H-I-C-K-E-N. Also by It's So Emma, since we're right before Valentine's Day, use the word, sometimes I say use the word love, and then people will say, oh, I loved your whatever, and then they didn't really want the chart. So let's use the word mini, M-I-N-I, mini. The next one is an older chart out of my inventory called Carolina's Antebellum Needle Case, and it's by Gentle Pursuit Designs, and it's really beautiful. I don't know how hard it is to make, but it oh, I've got a tag on there. It is this needle case. Isn't that beautiful? And it is the chart only. You're not going to get the ribbons and the finishing materials, but I'm sure all that's how to do that is in there. So if you're interested in that, use the word needle, N-E-E-D-A-L. And the next one is an amethyst sampler by Gemstone Designs, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 specialty stitches, but some of them are just variations of a back stitch or a black stitch. So this is amethyst sampler. Use the word sampler, and I will draw names for those on the next video. All right, that's about it. I'm going to do new inventory. I've got a few things to show you guys. I've also been putting up some restock videos that you can take a look at. Lots and lots. I have ordered thousands and thousands of dollars worth of charts because of the big year-end sale. I had to restock a lot. Okay, what's new? First of all, super exciting, Heart and Hands 2024 Collector's Heart Semi-Kit. This is includes this beautiful wooden butterfly button and the fabric, but you need to provide the floss. And I think the floss list is on my site, and I think I only have 6 of these left. So that is a new release, and with that I asked her what Cecilia Turner, what other kits she still had in stock, and she had the 2018, which comes with the there's actually 2 designs, and you get the fabric for both designs, and then you get this little embellishment packet. Again, you need to provide the floss, and I think I only have 1 of these left, maybe 2, and it's just search on Collector's Heart, collectors with an apostrophe, and you'll find all of these. Then I also have 1 left. She sent me the 2021 Collector's Heart, and again there's 2 designs with that, and you get fabric for both designs and a small embellishment pack. So that was exciting to be able to get those. Number 2 in the Fabulous House series, Castle by Cottage Garden Samplings. Wow. She just is, oh man, I just cannot. I was looking back through her older when she first started, and her improvement level of what she's putting out has just, like, she went from high school to doctorate degree on her designs. I mean, her early designs were nice, but man, the series she comes out with and how quickly she comes out with them, they're just amazing. And it's so fun to go on social media and watch people stitching those. New by Tiny Modernist, Mouse's Strawberry Jam. Also Tiny Modernist, Winter Tradition Sampler. And this says, Ah, winter, a magical time of year when the moon floats silently above the freshly fallen snow. By Nimue is Dame Osha, Lady of the Cat, or the Cat Lady. I have the embellishment pack for the Muse. That's in stock now. And I have the embellishment pack for Santa by Mirabilia. Those are in stock. From Joan Elliott Designs, look at this. Beautiful Celestial Symphony Sampler. Just absolutely stunning. And also by Joan Elliott, Little Christmas Blessings. And these are little. So the square designs, she calls them cards, are only 49 by 49. And the tags, the little tiny tags down here, are only 19 by 19. And these little borders are 79 by 20. And aren't they beautiful? It's a lot of detail for as small as they are. Hope Song by Heartstring Samplery. My heart remembers hope when the winter bird sings. Then I got a nice order in from... I can't remember where I ordered these from, but one of my newest favorite designers is Calico Confectionery, and this one is Noël Francais. And also, this one's Modern Folk Embroidery, the Love and Unity, a Quaker sampler. These you can do in whatever color you want. A new re-release by Prairie Schooler is Stockings and More. You get a lot in this chart. You get all 4 of those stocking designs and then those little mini ornament designs. And they are very small, 61 by 65 and 25 by 25. Those are the ornaments. I don't know. Oh, the stockings are 101 high by 67 wide. Also by Joan Elliott. I really like this. I would love to see this stitched up. It is Blackwork Peacocks. Amelia's Valentine by Calico Confectionery. A Scandinavian Christmas Sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. No Time Like the Present. This is the 2024 Modern Folk Embroidery Sal, but I believe it's the entire design. So I don't know, they're stitching it 1 row at a time, I believe. And it gives 4 different colorways, but the back cover came in black and white. So it says on the inside that the 4 colorways are shown on the back, but they printed it in black and white, so you can't see the 4 colorways. You might be able to find them online though. A Christmas Heart by Calico Confectionery. It says, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year by Charles Dickens. And Calico Confectionery, Baskets and Blooms. Look at those nice fun colors. It's a really great design. Then, got a few more, guys. I'm way behind in getting charts in, thus there's a lot of Christmas. Winter Barn Trio by Waxing Moon. Love these. Advent Season Ornament Set by Heartstring Samplery. Love those. Sing Joyous All Together. It says Sing We Joyous All Together, also by Heartstring. And Hear the Angels Sing by Heartstring. And then I love this one. I haven't seen it stitched yet. The Yule Goddess by Tiny Modernist. I just think she's just crazy cool. I got a few of those. Okay, then I'm late on the game here. Snowman Collector Series number 9, The Pirate. That ship is just crazy. Spring Chickens Pin Keep. This was actually a market release last year, but I hadn't been able to get it back in until now. And that is by Stacy Nash Designs. Au Coeur de Village, The Heart of the Village, or The Village Heart by Jardin Privé. Little Robin Designs, Christmas Feather Tree. And I think that's it, you guys. So those are all items. They aren't necessarily brand new releases, but they are items that I have never had in my shop before. So, all right, that is it. Sorry I went on so long. Thanks for watching, everybody. And again, let me know if you have questions about pre-orders. I know I rambled. It's just my mind hasn't quite been the same since our emergency room visit. So please give this a thumbs up, subscribe if you care to, and I will see you next time. Bye bye, everybody. Happy stitching.